The trail project is about the Heiltsuk people reconnecting with the land in their territory.
I mean, every day since we've built the trails, there's always somebody walking a trail. There's many people that take their families down and they post pictures, and it's just uplifting to see so many more people out. If we were to, sit and compare how many people walked this in 2019 and 2020 to now, like the percentage is massive.
Yeah, so working on these trails is very, very medicinal. It's very connecting. I moved back here on about 2020, and I felt some sort of disconnection. But being out here, I feel right. I feel like I'm at home.
What we really want these guys to learn is that patience, really listening to the forest and building with it, and getting obsessive about the details and building an experience. We're always telling the kids, this is not a construction project, it's an art project. We're creating an experience, we're telling a story. When people come out here and walk this trail, they're gonna feel things, they're gonna have experiences, and that's what we're creating as a foundation for that to happen.
Such a small part of town that we use, so there's so much space that we can use, and I hope to see Bella Bella from a different perspective.
Martin's Lake has always been like a family swimming hole. We used to swim down here in the 1980s and 1990s. One of my goals after I moved home in 2020 was to revive the space and build a sustainable trail.
Anytime you're building any kind of trail, you're always working with the terrain. You're not trying to impose your will on it. You let the land, the terrain tell you how it wants to emerge the trail that you're trying to build.
The funny thing with our line of work is that it looks very rudimentary what we're doing. So the type of tools that we're using are really geared at being able to be packed in by a crew of 4 or 5 people, and that's why we're using what we're using. And with minimal tools, we are lifting this, 1.5 ton hydro pole up. And that's really what makes it tricky.
And it's problem solving. You really have to be kind of obsessive about the details to get it right, and you have to be really creative.
In 2021, we built through a bog, and that was one of the most challenging. It took about 8 months to build what we thought was going to be a good 4 months because you're moving moss and mud and just trying to find different ways to build this trail. It's probably the most sustainable and the least maintained because of where it's built. So what we do is we have Tom and Pat come in from First Journeys Trail, and they come through and then they teach the guys how to build a trail. It's really exciting to see what the guys kind of learn and the tools and the strengths that they get, because they built that first bridge on the other side, and then they continued on after Tom and Pat left, and they probably did about 6 or 7 more boardwalks and bridges so that we can make it around here safely.
By building a trail here, we're actually opening it all back up again. So this is kind of a good space where trails can actually lead to rehabilitation. They can actually enhance the environment and the capacity of the local ecosystem in which you're building. If you do it right, it can actually help the forest thrive. And I think it's a really good example of where, as humans, we're meant to be in the forest. We actually can contribute to the health of the forest in a good way. And that's the one thing we really learned from trails.